You're listening to Scotty and Andrew, and this is Fun with Horror.
Hello, beautiful horror fans, family, friends, fiends, all of those. This is episode 67 of Fun with Horror, the weekly horror movie review podcast in which my best friend in the world, Scotty, and I take turns giving each other movies to watch, and then we discuss them the following week. We have two rules here at Fun with Horror. First one is whoever picks the next movie, they have to pick one they've never seen. Rule number two, we both have to watch it. Last week was me, and I chose the very controversial Halloween Ends from 2022. And, of course, that was directed by David Gordon Green and stars the one and only Jamie Lee Curtis, which we will talk about in just a moment. But remember to listen to the end of this episode where we get to hear Scotty's pick for our next movie. But, of course, before we jump in to say hi to Scotty, if you have a moment, would you please jump onto Apple Podcasts and like this podcast, or give us a review, or just say nice things because we like it. Or anywhere that you listen to this podcast. We're not picky. We just like to hear nice things.
Just be nice.
Just be nice. And, without further ado, there's my best friend. Hi, Scotty.
Oh, hi. Here I am. Hi.
There you are. How are you, bud?
I'm good. Halloween ended.
It did. It did ended. Yes.
Buddy, I have a question for you real quick. Because I kind of
okay.
want to get to our movie quicker than normal. But
yeah.
But you tweeted something, I think, earlier this week.
Oh, okay.
To Mr. Adam Cesare.
I did.
So this is crazy. You read Clown in a Cornfield, the book by Adam Cesare.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm saying his name right.
I think that's how I've been saying it.
But there was a moment in the book where you slowed down for a little bit.
I did,
and I told you, trust me, keep going.
Yes.
It gets really good. And then, before I knew it, like suddenly you were just done with the book. You tweeted to Adam. You tweeted to the world. You let the world know how good the book was. And you had already started the second book.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a week later, you're done.
Yeah, it was really good. He's quite the writer. I'll say that. He writes characters very well and gives them each their own voice, which I've talked with you about. If a writer can give characters their own voice, and it's not just the writer that you hear throughout the whole book or comic book or anything, I'm on board. And he's very good at that, giving them each their own voice, which I appreciate. And he wrote a really fun story, so absolutely, it was awesome. It was so good.
Can I assume from all this that you enjoyed Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives more than part
assume
1?
That.
Okay.
No, I loved both. Both were... The second one complemented the first one beautifully. So
nice. Yeah,
if anyone hasn't read them, I highly recommend both books.
As you know, I'm reading Stephen King's latest book, Fairy Tale.
Right.
As much as I adore Stephen King my whole life, this book has taken me a little while to get through.
Okay.
There's something about the pacing and the setting and all that. But because of you... let me also say that I also have a couple of other unfinished books in my Kindle app. Mm-hmm. But because of you, as soon as I finish this book, I'm going right to Clown in a Cornfield 2.
Yes, nice.
I have to read it.
Yeah, you do.
But all that said, that's amazing. And I just wanted to give you a second because I'm so happy that you finished both books.
Well, in all honesty, I have them on the Kindle as well, and so rocking Enzo to sleep has been awesome because I'll just rock him to sleep and have the book open, so I can just sit there and read,
That's perfect.
which has been perfect. It's
Are
been awesome.
you reading anything else now that that's done?
I downloaded, so because I'm such a fan of his now, he has another book, and I'm totally going to look real quick because I want to give him the praise he deserves. But he has a book that came out before both Clown and a Cornfield. Sorry, my phone's taking a sec.
It's okay.
And so I downloaded that one as well, and it is called Video Night.
A Video Night.
Video Night, and that was, I think, kind of his first book.
Okay.
So yeah, I will read that one. I will start that one soon.
Well, if you haven't started it,
Oh, okay.
I am going to suggest another book real quick.
Please.
Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay.
I saw the trailer for that.
Yes.
It looks amazing.
It's up to you. I don't know if you like to, if
I
you're
do.
one for reading a book before you see a movie.
Yes,
Okay. Well,
I do like that.
before you read, because I think that one's coming out somewhat soon. I forget.
Yeah, I want to say within the next month or two, or no, probably 2 months. I think we're getting the movie. So
It's a fast read.
okay,
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
okay, I will.
So
listen to that.
just a
Or
little
read that.
suggestion.
Nice.
But now, let's find out how Halloween ends, buddy.
I was certain that I saw him watching me.
You pretend like you moved on, but you're actually just obsessed with death.
What are you gonna do when Michael comes back for you? Because he is coming.
But this time, something feels different. He's more dangerous.
Okay, so everybody out there, we are about to finally talk about Halloween Ends, the final movie in the Halloween trilogy by David Gordon Green. If you would like, go back about a year in the Fun with Horror annals, and not the anals.
Not the anal.
Andrew.
Sorry. Just be gentle if you're going back. Go.
The annals.
Sorry. Yes, annals.
The annals of history. Where, anyway, we did Halloween Kills last year. We did the second movie in the trilogy. So this year we had to do the third.
Wait, so you're saying we did the number 2 in the annals?
Yes, we did. We did number 2 in the annals of history.
Thank you.
This episode's already wonderful.
Yep. I'm 12.
I like turtles. So anyway, we are about to spoil Halloween Ends. If you haven't seen it, at the time of this recording, it's streaming on Peacock. Mm-hmm. Oh God, Peacock.
this episode.
There we go. It's streaming on Peacock, and so you can go watch it there. Otherwise, if you don't care about spoilers, you just want to listen to Andrew's lovely voice, and have to get through mine as well.
Stop
then just keep listening. Anyway, Andrew, it's time. It's time once again for the 3-minute recap.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't put echo on that or anything, so it just sounds stupid.
I thought it sounded cool, and I feel like if you use your imagination, you hear the echo. So, listener out there.
That one guy.
The one guy. I'm using my imagination. Good job.
Hey,
Good job, you.
you get a star. All right, go ahead. 3 minutes.
All right.
buddy.
Oh,
Here
boy.
we go.
Okay, here we go. All right, so the beginning of the new movie, we have a new character named Corey who's babysitting this young boy. Throughout the night, the boy's kind of a stinker, locks him in a room. Corey kicks the door open, actually knocks the kid down the stairs, and kills him. From this point forward, Corey, our new character, is looked at as kind of a bad guy in the town because he was acquitted and he's just roaming the streets, etc., etc. We jump to Laurie and Allison, who are now living together, trying to find peace. Laurie's trying to be the best she can at this point in life. At one point, she sees Corey getting picked on by these high schoolers, so she goes and helps him out. He gets hurt. She takes him to the hospital to meet Allison so they can possibly have a love connection, which they do. They end up liking each other. Later on, though, at one point, Corey is again bullied by those high schoolers, and he's pushed off a bridge where he gets badly hurt, and something takes him in the sewers kind of underneath the bridge. We find out, of course, that it's Michael Myers, who's been hiding under there for the last 4 years. He looks, at one point, Corey tries to escape from the tunnels. He wakes up, and Michael looks at him in his eyes and transfers, I guess, some evil to him. At that point, Corey leaves, runs out of the tunnel, kills a homeless man, and then essentially starts becoming evil and starts murdering. Laurie sees him during this whole time and starts saying that he's not Corey, not the kid that she first met, that he is the essence of evil, just like Michael once was and still is. Throughout, though, Allison is still in love with Corey, and he's becoming kind of this bad boy who she really likes. Corey goes on a murder spree and eventually fights Michael Myers and takes his mask and becomes sort of the next Michael Myers after he goes after those teenagers that hurt him. He kills them all, goes on a rampage, and then eventually goes to Laurie's place to kill her. At that point, Laurie basically takes him down. He goes crazy a little bit, but shoves the knife in his throat, wanting it to look like she killed him so that Allison will hate her. And eventually, Allison realizes that Corey's a bad guy, comes back home, and at that point, Michael Myers has actually showed up, finished the deed with Corey, and took his mask back. Laurie, being the badass that she is, eventually is able to get Michael Myers on this table where she basically shoves knives into each of his appendages and cuts his wrist to kill him. Allison shows up at the time as well to help finish the job. They take the body through town, which is kind of awesome, on this police car to show the world, hey, Haddonfield, we finished it. Michael is now dead. Evil is gone. They take him to the junkyard where they throw him in this machine that essentially shreds him to pieces. And we get the end where we see Laurie has been talking with the sheriff from the last movie. They have kind of a connection, and it looks like she's going to have a happy ending.
Wow. That is the best 3-minute recap you've ever done.
Thanks, man.
Very interesting given this episode. Like
right.
that was amazing. That was
Thanks,
a darn
buddy.
good job. I was like lost in your eyes.
Stop. You can't even see me.
I told you I have a picture of you.
Oh,
I don't.
I wish you did.
Wow, that was really
Well,
good.
thanks, buddy.
You did the whole that.
Thanks, man.
Like seriously, like I was captivated.
Thank you.
Wow, Halloween ends, ladies
love
and
you,
gentlemen.
dude.
I love you. But
Huh.
here we go. The moment of truth, my friend.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay, like people are passionate about this movie one way or the other.
They are.
What did you think of Halloween Ends?
There was some moments in this which we will talk about that I loved. I thought were fantastic. But overall, this was not my favorite Halloween. This was one I was not passionate about, unfortunately. Yeah.
This is going to be a very interesting episode, my friend.
Lay it on me, dude.
I absolutely loved this movie.
Whoa.
That movie ended, and I just sat there stunned by how blown away I was.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
This is going to be a very interesting. I'm excited. I was excited anyway, but now I'm giddy.
I'm giddy. I have little tickles in my tummy.
Tee.
No, man, like I don't. So,
All right.
I don't know what your mind frame was going into this movie.
Excitement.
Yeah, I wasn't like not that.
Okay.
Not that I wasn't not excited.
Right.
But I wasn't like, ooh, here we go. Well,
Right.
I kind of was. But I honestly went in with a blank slate because I had no idea what they were going to do.
Right. Yeah. Yep. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I was excited just because it was like, we've been, thanks to COVID, we had to wait even longer for this movie to come out. And so
That's
this was
true.
like, the end of this trilogy. I was pretty pumped. I love Halloween. So, and I really, as we both know, I enjoyed the first two in this new trilogy.
Did you watch the trailer?
Just the teaser. I actually didn't watch the long one.
I didn't either. I didn't even watch the teaser, though.
Oh, okay.
And I watched the trailer after I watched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, they really do not
No.
let on about the Corey plot at all.
I don't even think he's in the teaser trailer.
And they spoil way too much of the Laurie Michael fight.
Yes, yeah, that's pretty much the whole trailer.
But here's the thing. For me, I went into this movie wondering, there's the obvious questions.
Mm-hmm.
Is Laurie going to live or die? Is Michael
Right.
going to live or die?
Right.
But I was also wondering, what the hell are they going to do? What
Right.
is this movie really going to be about? Because we knew from what they said right after Halloween Kills released that this was going to take place 4 years after Halloween Kills.
Right. Yep.
And, of course, everybody was like, well, what's Michael doing all those 4 years? And I was
Right.
wondering the same.
No, me too.
And then I was thinking, well, 4 years later, what's going to bring him back out? And, this movie started, and the opening I thought was brilliant.
That's my note. One of my notes.
Okay.
Intro was fantastic.
And
I turned
we'll
to Cindy
talk
after
about
the
it.
end, and I was like, "Whoa!"
The intro was brilliant, and then it started telling the story of Corey.
right away.
So, and here's where it either lost or gained the audience, because a lot of people were like, "Where the hell is Michael?
yeah. Right.
Where the hell is Michael? Who is this kid? Why are we watching this kid?"
Right.
I was sitting there going like, "This is so freaking interesting." Like I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm invested. I'm invested
Okay.
in
Yeah.
this kid's story, and I'm looking at this movie that's about a town that is still traumatized by what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll also get to, because at times it wasn't traumatized enough. But
Right.
But overall, this is the trauma that the town has gone through, and it's been transferred. Now, I would like to go through this whole movie, but you did say one thing that gave me pause in your recap.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I know exactly what you're gonna. Yeah.
What? What do you think?
Was transferring the evil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not see it that way.
See, I wasn't sure what it was. That's why I said that, because I have no idea what that was.
Well, that's the thing. Like, and when I listened to you, I was like, oh, that's not what happened. But then as you kept going, I was like, wait a second. Like, I could be wrong. That could have actually been the intent.
I don't know.
But the way I saw it as Michael looking into Corey's eyes and seeing another killer.
Right. Okay.
And that's
yeah,
why he let him go.
That makes sense as well. Yeah. It was so random, like that part, because I was like, wait, what? What just happened?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't sure how to interpret that, I guess. That's why I went with what I thought, and we'll discuss it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can interpret it that way if you get into the supernatural aspect of Michael.
Right.
Which they alluded to at the end of Halloween Kills.
Right.
And they also kind of show in this one a tiny bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take it at just face value, as Michael is just a man, but a man who took a lot of beating and bullets.
Shootings and stabbing.
If you take him as just that, because at the end, Laurie does say, I thought you were the boogeyman, but you're just a man.
Right. That's true.
And if you take it as that, then I take it as him looking in Corey's eyes and seeing the same thing that Laurie saw in his eyes.
Ah, fair. I like that.
So, but let's go back.
Yes.
Let's talk about the intro.
Yeah, dude.
What did you think of the intro?
No, the intro is awesome. Like, it was... And again, you're kind of like, well... I guess at first I was like, what does this have to do with anything? And then you see kind of, the boy's babysitting's a little snot and runs to play hide and seek. And then we see the door open. I was like, oh, like, is Michael in the house then? Sort of, it's kind of a rope-a-dope of like, okay, there we go. Now I get why we're showing this. But it's not. And then we see him kick the door open and accidentally push the kid off the stairs onto the floor to die. And
Which
then it
you
jumps
did
to
not
Halloween.
expect.
Me
because you just
either. I
see,
was like, whoa.
He hits the door hits the kid in the head, and then it shoots. The camera goes back to the mom, and then you just see the boy's body just fall and
boom,
and then kind of bounce up too, which was
yes,
oh my god,
so bad. Oh, but it was a great intro because you're just like, And again, at that point, I'm like, I don't know what this has to do with Halloween, but that was awesome. Like, that was a really good intro.
Yeah. And the thing that threw me right away was that it said Halloween 2019. And I was
Right,
like,
yes,
wait
a
a
year
second.
later.
I thought this movie took place 4 years later.
Right.
This is 1 year later. But the more I think about it, Michael killed that little kid in his own way because Corey actually was scared of Michael Myers.
That's true.
And it was because of he was like, that he thought that Michael Myers maybe was in the house.
Right.
And then he freaked out when he got locked in that room. And because
good.
who else would have freaked out and like tried to kick somebody else's door down?
Right.
You know? So
yeah, a year after this horrific. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
So yeah, it's an interesting thing. The one thing that okay, so here's a thought process I had about the intro too. One little cut.
Okay.
And it's right at the beginning when Corey shows up. There's a shot of people trick-or-treating in the streets. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking, this is 1 year later. You know, why are people like so gung-ho to get in the streets 1 year knowing that Michael Myers is at large?
That's true. That's a good point.
But then I thought, if COVID has taught us anything, it's that people will ignore any danger in the world to get back to normalcy as quickly as possible.
You are absolutely right. Wow, that's a good point.
So at that point, I was like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally true. People would be doing it.
So
And there'd be like people that are like, Michael doesn't exist. Like, that's all. It's fake.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see him.
I didn't see him. That's not real.
And by the way, I should note that we might spoil some of Halloween Kills.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good point.
So, right away, I'm also going to say, okay, so he kills the kid, and then we have the opening credits.
Right. Oh, yeah, dude.
Did you like the opening credits?
I loved them. Yeah, I thought they were so fun. I mean, that's one thing you kind of look forward to with a Halloween movie is the opening credits, what they're going to do with the pumpkins. And this one was really cool. And it did make sense to the movie as well, I feel like.
Right.
With the one, pumpkin coming kind of out of the other pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Corey kind of becoming the new, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's cool. That's interesting. Yeah,
Did you also notice the color of the credits?
I feel like, weren't they blue?
They were blue. Just like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
Awesome.
I'm going to throw out all these Easter eggs that I caught and then I heard about later. But yeah, the first two Halloween movies, Halloween 1 and 2, were both orange credits, and then Season of the Witch was blue. And David Gordon Green did the same thing with the credits in these three movies.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Also in the intro, so I thought it was interesting because I paid so close attention to every little thing in this movie. The mom, basically ignores Corey. She asks him questions, and then as he answers, she just talks over him. Which I thought was interesting as to Corey's frame of mind, especially with everything he deals with his mom and everything.
Right. Oh, totally true. Oh.
Also,
that makes sense.
yeah. Corey and Jeremy are watching The Thing. Mm-hmm. Not only is that obviously a John Carpenter movie, but in the original Halloween 78, the kids are watching the original movie, The Thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I thought Jackson Goldenberg was amazing as Jeremy. Like, just a small part, but I believed him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. He's a little snot.
Yeah, but even he picks on Corey. Like, people pick on Corey. So imagine what happens to him after something like this happens. So,
right.
But yeah, and here's another thing I didn't know. I don't know about you. Did you know that Corey was going to be part of the movie after the intro?
No, I didn't know that he was going to be like a main character either. Like
Okay.
the character in this movie. No.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know he was going to be a main character, but having not seen any of the trailers or anything, I didn't know that he was even going to be in the movie past the opening. Okay, so then after the opening credits, then we have Laurie driving through the town, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And we see evidence of what the town is going through. Like, even though the streets are filled with kids and all, Laurie sees Corey in the car. We see now. I don't know who the couple was that shot themselves, or that got shot. No, they were shot. Right?
Yes. Yeah. 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 They were shot. Yeah,
By
because it's
somebody
kind
else.
of it's all these murders. Well, that's not true because
it's
there's
murder.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even Officer Frank says that, Michael doesn't shoot people.
Right. Yes.
But then we see somebody hung, and do you realize who that was?
No.
It was so Oscar. Do you remember Oscar from the first movie, 2018?
Oh man.
He was the friend. He was the friend who kind of hit on Allison in the backyard, and then he gets like impaled on the fence.
Oh, was it his mom?
Yeah. His mom saw it because in Halloween Kills, his mom saw him
Right.
in the hospital.
Yeah, and broke down.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's
a year later, she
horrifying.
couldn't deal with it, and she hung herself.
Oh. That's
So
really
again, it is sad, and it shows what the town is going through. And I loved that about these movies. The execution in Halloween Kills could have been a little bit better with the Evil Dies Tonight, but
right.
I love the fact that they explored what would a town go through if something like this happened to it.
Agreed. I thought that was a cool way to look at this because it's not just going to be her.
Yeah.
This is a horrible thing that's happened to a smaller town. Of course, they're all going to be affected. So I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's an awesome thing to do.
So, and Laurie is narrating through all this
Right.
because she's writing a book.
That's right.
And at one point, the camera goes over some newspaper clippings. Couple of important things in there. First of all, if you read the newspaper clippings, you find out that Michael's house has been demolished.
Yes, I saw that, which I was
Okay,
like,
good. Good, because a lot of people missed that. And they were like, where's Michael's house? Why didn't he go back home?
Nope, I caught that one.
Okay, good. Another one, this is an Easter egg. One of the other newspaper clippings says, Nightblade landmark destroyed. And I was like, what the heck is that? And I looked it up, and Nightblade was the shooting title, the working title of Halloween 2018.
Nice. That's awesome. I love that. That's cool.
But here's the thing. I love this movie. I'm going to shout it to the heavens till the day I die.
Please.
But one thing that I accept, but I don't find very believable.
Okay.
I want to know how you feel about it.
Okay.
When Michael was in an insane asylum locked up,
Yep.
Laurie fortified herself, built
Right.
this little fortress with guns and everything. She was ready.
Oh, yeah.
But now Michael is at large, and this is when she decides to let go of fear and to move into a house in the middle of Haddonfield with, like, no security that I saw. What did you think about that?
I was I had a couple opinions about it. One, I thought, well, that's not right. But then I thought, is she just kind of like giving up? Like she's like, this has been ruling my life forever. I'm done. Like I'm done with this. He can come after me. Like I just don't want to live like this anymore. So if she had that mentality, I kind of went, okay. You know, I mean, has ruined her life for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
Maybe she's done. It's like, whatever.
And that makes sense, buddy.
Yeah, so
Thank
that was
you.
kind of how I took it. Yeah.
Because at the end, obviously, she's ready to die
Right.
for Michael.
Real quick.
Yeah.
And I was going to look this up and I forgot. Maybe you know. But the house that she lives in looks so much like the house from Halloween 4.
Ooh.
And I don't know if they did that on purpose or if it was the house or if it's just my mind. But I don't know. When I first saw it, I was like, is that from Halloween 4?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, I didn't know if
That's a
that
good
was like
one.
an Easter egg or not. And like I said, maybe it's just in my head, but it really looked like it to me anyway.
It could
Just 'cause
definitely
there's a
be
lot
an
of-
Easter egg. There's
It
a lot
could
of
be.
Easter eggs in this movie.
Okay. There's a lot of outside shots in Halloween 4. That's why I think it stuck
Okay.
in my mind. But yeah, anyway.
Well, I did just get the 4K Blu-ray of Halloween. No, I got that last year, but I have it, is the point.
Oh, yeah. Let me know. Let me know if you do watch it.
will.
And see. I'm curious.
But thank you for saying that about Laurie,
Yeah.
because that makes sense to me now.
Good. Okay.
Seeing her frame of mind later in the movie, and
Mm-hmm.
especially, like I said, at the end, when after she has cut Michael's throat, spoiler, and he chokes her, she's ready for him to choke her and die with him.
Right. Yep.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So then, now let's get into Corey, buddy.
Yes. Let's talk about Corey.
Nobody talks about Corey enough.
Well.
The seniors bullying Corey at the Circle K or the gas station.
Right.
I forget what it was called, but
I don't know.
don't sue us, Circle K.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, he's at the gas station. He's getting bullied.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this represented probably how the town is treating him. But obviously,
Right.
kids are mean.
Yes.
Adults just kind of are passive-aggressive about their meanness to
Right.
kids
Yep.
sometimes. I mean, they just give him dirty looks, while
Right.
the seniors are going to be a-holes to him.
Right.
Big time.
Exactly.
And then this is this is when the movie, it gets a little weird, and you have to either think about it hard
Right.
and accept it, or just kind of not like it, because Laurie kind of comes to his rescue
Mm-hmm.
and takes him to the hospital and introduces him to Allison, like you said in the
Right.
recap. And Allison sees a kindred soul,
Right.
and they kind of fall for each other. So what did you think about all this, buddy?
I was fine with it. I thought it was cute. I was like, all right, we can get a love story in this. That's cool. But this is kind of during the point, though, where I'm like, okay, but why is Corey here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that kind of was going through my mind at this point. Well, moving forward quite a bit, where I'm like, this is nice. Like, this is fine. Something different, whatever. But why? Why is he here? Like, what's the point of him?
Okay.
Not to say anything bad about Rohan. What's his name? Rohan Campbell?
Yeah, Rohan Campbell.
Who played the part very well. I'm not dissing him in any way, shape, or form. But I just didn't know why he was there. And I was like, this is weird, I guess, but we'll go with it. We'll see where this is playing out, or what's playing out with this, so.
Yeah. All right.
It just didn't make sense.
And then, okay, so then, did the part you didn't like about the movie, was it basically that it had more to do with Corey than Michael?
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right. And it wasn't, yes, it was that. But the way they set it up, I feel like, is like Michael's kind of old news. He's probably going to die. Corey's going to be our next Michael, and it's going to be kind of this Michael-Allison thing that Laurie and Michael had. And I was like, that's cool. I'm fine with that. That's a fun little setup. But then they kill Corey. And I'm like, well, what was the point of Corey for this whole movie then? So that's what I looked at. It was like, well, that was a waste of an hour. Because we set up Corey. Corey's this big thing. He's going to be like the next person maybe. But then he's dead and that's it. Corey has no more part.
That's interesting because I was the opposite.
Ah, okay.
When I thought, what if they're setting up a new Michael Myers, except it's Corey Cunningham?
Right.
I was disappointed in that thought. I was like,
okay.
I don't want a new Michael Myers. And so I was happy when Michael came after, because basically the moment that Corey took the mask from Michael,
Right.
I was like, oh no,
Right.
Michael's going to come get you, boy.
Yeah.
He's going to come get you. Don't you take his mask. And yeah, when he killed him, I was actually very happy because I was like, yep, the king is back. And,
Right. Okay.
But to me, the rest of the movie, because the way I looked at it was if they had just had Michael go on another murder spree on Halloween, it's just another Halloween.
Right.
And of course they can't do like 2 full hours of Michael and Laurie going at it against each other.
Right.
So I was very curious what they were going to do for a story, and the fact that they showed the effects of Michael's evil in this other character, Corey,
Mm-hmm.
and showed that other people are capable of the same evil, maybe not quite as bad as Michael, but that other people are capable of it, and a lot of it is because of Michael and because of what he's done to the town.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that I did like it, and I didn't need Michael killing everybody.
Right.
So, when Corey went on his murder spree, I was excited because he put on the mask. He was Michael for a little bit, but I also liked that Michael did not have a rhyme or reason
Right.
to his murder sprees. He just wanted to get back to his house
Right.
and kill everybody that that crossed his path, except for a baby.
Right.
2018.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Whereas Corey was getting revenge on everybody that wronged him.
Right. That's true.
So I did like it, and I didn't need to see. I saw Michael enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I thought Michael was this very imposing, almost supernatural power
Right.
that was working through Corey, although I didn't feel it was the transference
Right.
that you were talking about. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's interesting. So we saw the same movie, but just looked at it in 2 different ways, which is interesting.
Yeah. That is interesting.
And this is why I wanted to talk to you about it, because people on the internet are just crazy about this movie.
I know.
And they can't have a pleasant discussion.
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
either I'm going to fill out a what's that called to get it taken down?
petition,
A
yeah.
petition. There you go. It's either that or I hate everyone that likes it, or I hate everyone that loves it, or hates it, and it's just like relax. Like, it's a movie. It's a movie, guys. Relax.
And if you disagree with me, you're wrong.
yes,
Like how can you like this garbage?
right.
Which I don't know if you saw, but I posted a little thing about that.
I did. Yeah, I did. I appreciate that because no movie is garbage. I mean,
No movie is trash or garbage, yeah.
Yeah, you can have a conversation there. We've talked about this before. There's always something you can find good in a movie.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Serbian film. But other than that,
Wait, that had really good photography.
oh rats, you're right. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it actually does. It's got good cinematography to show you all the depravity. Anyway, but yeah, like we say, you can find something good in a movie you didn't like, and you can criticize a movie you loved.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, people aren't having that discourse. People are like really, they're angry about this movie. Or
I know,
they're in love with this movie like me.
It's crazy. Right.
You know, I want to convince everybody
it's very
in the world.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I was just gonna say it's very interesting to see like the two extremes on social media because it's just, man, this movie really has put a line through the crowd. It's insane.
Big time. Yeah, I mean, I had an argument with somebody over the seniors bullying Corey, and this was the basis of my argument. Somebody was saying how why did it have to be teenagers? It was stupid and silly to him that these teenagers intimidated Corey so badly, and why couldn't it have been adults?
That makes sense to me.
Oh, of course it does. Like, I explained to him
Yeah.
why it actually makes sense. I said, or them, I don't know. I don't want to assume gender. But
Right.
I explained to the person that what I actually already said. But also that Corey wasn't
yeah.
intimidated by the seniors. Corey just knew that he couldn't do anything. He couldn't retaliate.
Right.
You know, he was already on the town's crap list.
Right. Yeah.
So imagine if he punches a senior kid. I mean, he's in his 20s, so
Yeah.
it would be bad.
Yeah. Right, and I mean, and they were scary. There was 4 of them as well. I mean, there was just a lot going against him. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just it made sense to me. So I'm with you on that one. I totally could see teenagers doing that.
So the relationship between Corey and Allison.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that for a second, because at first I was weirded out by it.
Right.
But then I started to think about why Allison was attracted to Corey. And, I mean, it was more obvious to me why Corey would be attracted to Allison.
Right. Right.
But, yeah, Allison was also an outcast in the town. Not because of different reasons, though. Not because of anything bad she had done, but just because people knew she had gone through hell.
Right.
And that her grandmother was Laurie Strode.
Right.
Who
Yeah.
we also find out that a lot of the people in the town blame Laurie for what happened.
I thought that was a pretty interesting concept. It kind of reminded me of like the whole Batman Joker thing of, you know, if Batman had killed Joker, then all of the, you know, all those people that Joker later killed, you know, in comics would be alive. It just gave me that same vibe of like, you know, it's your fault that the bad guy's here doing all these things, but
Yeah.
you know, it gave me that kind of contrast, I guess. It was kind of fun to I liked it. It made sense a little bit.
Yeah. Me too. But so you were cool with Corey and Allison's relationship?
Yeah, I was fine with it. It made sense. They both had some some craziness in their life, which, you know, attracted it to each other. So yeah, I totally get that.
So we meet Allison at work, and now we meet her doctor, her boss, Dr. Mathis.
Yeah.
Now this is an interesting Easter egg that I found when I looked up stuff. Vanessa and Marcus from Halloween and Halloween Kills. Well, Halloween Kills. They're briefly in Halloween 2018.
The doctor and the nurse, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
When they are at the bar at the beginning of Halloween Kills, they talk about a doctor, their boss, who was behaving inappropriately at a party. And now that we've seen in this movie that Dr. Mathis is giving promotions for nurses that he sleeps with,
Right.
it's likely that the doctor behaving inappropriately at the party was Dr. Mathis.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good Easter egg. That's good. That's awesome.
What'd you think of Corey's mom?
Oh, I hated her. That was one where I was like, really, of all the kills we don't see, it's hers? Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to, yeah. That sounds really dark, but I was like, I did not like her at all.
But she was just a overbearing mom. I mean, she had a weird way of mothering.
Right. Yeah.
But you did see where some of Corey's personality came from.
Right. Oh, for sure.
So,
for sure.
And then, okay, so here's another question I have for you.
Lay it on me.
At any point in the movie, did you think that Corey sounded like Woody Harrelson? or is that just me?
Now I have to rewatch it because I don't think I did, but I was not even. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about that.
There was more than one scene where I was like, man, he sounds like Woody.
Oh, that's funny. Now I gotta listen to. Okay, I'll listen. I'm curious. I gotta listen now. Random.
So
I love it.
Corey. Okay, so this is something I didn't really understand. So tell me what you got from this. Corey worked at a junkyard.
Right.
Now the boss.
Yeah.
Was it his dad?
That's what I took from it. It did not seem like it at first, but then when they're all having dinner, I was like, huh. Okay.
But even then, it didn't seem like his dad.
Right.
Like, the guy seemed more like a friend, like somebody, like maybe a stepdad.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I do wish the movie had, unless I missed something, I wish the movie had spelled that out a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
I
then
don't know if they ever do,
he
yeah.
ends up killing him.
Yeah. Well,
right?
No, he doesn't
No.
kill him. The
Wait.
teenager shoots at him
That's
and hits
right.
the dad.
That's
Or
right.
the
I always
guy.
forget that.
Mhm.
I always forget that. But yeah. But still, I mean,
He would have died.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And his one line, like, killed me. What
Which
does he
one?
say? It's near the end when Corey comes home
Mm-hmm.
and he's about to go out and, oh, God, what is it? His dad said, he says, his dad looks at him after Corey's mom slaps him.
Oh, yeah.
His dad just says, I hope you find love. I was like, what the? Okay. That's so cute. But anyway, Corey
That's
is
awesome.
at the auto mechanics shop or the junkyard.
Right.
Didn't even hit me that he was wearing overalls like Michael's.
Oh, me either. Although I will say, when we saw the metal crunching thing, I was like, someone's going in there.
Oh
And I
yeah,
was like,
absolutely.
100%. They would not have showed it. If
So
we
much
weren't gonna see it
foreshadowing
later.
in that
Oh,
one
yeah.
little shot.
Yep.
All right, so then we get to Frank and Laurie in the supermarket. How cute.
Mm-hmm.
But did you hear the music playing over the loudspeaker?
No, what was it?
It was a Muzak version of "Don't Fear the Reaper," which
That's awesome.
obviously played in Halloween '78,
Yeah, man.
and then played at the end of this one. But yeah, it's nice little. I was like, oh, that's cute,
That is cute. I love that.
and I loved Frank and Laurie.
I know they were. I did too. I was hoping we'd see him again, which I was very, very happy we saw him more than once. So that was nice.
Yeah, and he like that scene right there.
Mm-hmm.
Was probably the main scene that was like, oh man, I really hope Laurie lives at the end of this movie.
Yep.
Like, you can't kill her now.
Right. She has like a chance of happiness
Yeah, right?
after all this.
She's
Like,
got a
come
chance
on.
to see cherry blossoms. Come on.
Right? Which I did. I will say too. I loved that he's buying like all the meat, and she
Yeah.
throws him the can of corn or whatever, and says like, "Eat vegetables." And then at the end, when he brings her vegetables, I was like, "Oh,
Yes. Aw.
that's cute."
That's so good. I
know.
I didn't pick up on that. That's awesome.
Oh, it's all a bag of vegetables. That's all that's in it. And I was like, "That's cute."
I saw the basket of vegetables, but then I didn't remember that she told him to eat his vegetables.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
really
it's cute.
cool.
Yeah,
Thank
it's a
you,
good.
buddy.
It's a sweet. You're welcome.
So then this is interesting. Laurie leaves the supermarket, and
Yes, yeah.
we find out that Sandra from Halloween Kills, in one of the most brutal scenes in that movie, survived.
That was crazy. I was like, "Wait, is that her?"
Yeah.
Like she really got it in the last movie.
And the funny thing is, I actually watched Halloween Kills the night before I watched Ends,
Mm-hmm.
because it was the first time I had watched it since I saw it last year.
Nice. Yeah.
And I actually noted that we didn't actually see Michael kill Sandra. Like, we
Nice.
saw him, like, stab her with the light, which
Right.
we all assumed she died, you know?
Right.
But she's still alive when that scene ends, basically.
Right. And had to watch her husband.
Oh,
That's such a
man.
tragic scene. Oof.
And that's when we find out that people in the town blame Laurie for inviting the boogeyman back into the town, which
Mhm.
obviously Laurie did not do.
which again shows the effect of Michael. Like, she had just come from this really sweet moment where there was happiness,
Yeah.
and this evil shows its presence again. You know, when she's finally happy, and then boom, oh, nope, you can't be happy yet. And I was like, oh, God, that sucks. Like, poor
Yeah.
Laurie.
That sucked
Jeez.
bad.
Yeah. She was so happy.
But it also brings up the thing that people still don't realize. Like, a lot of people online that I read, something they haven't grasped. And even in this movie, Michael
What's
is
that?
not after Laurie.
Right.
It's actually, to me, it's a brilliant bit of misdirection on the part of the movie makers. That Michael, you know, obviously in 2018, he was brought to Laurie's house.
Right.
And then in this movie, or Halloween Kills, he was on his way to his house. But then in this movie, he still did not search out Laurie, but they made it
Right.
look like it.
That's true.
He ends up at her house because of Corey.
Right. He gets his mask back.
Yeah, but then even the scene where he's standing outside watching Laurie,
Oh, right.
he's not actually watching Laurie. He had followed Corey there.
Oh, that's good. I didn't even catch that. That's totally true.
So yeah, that's so interesting.
That's good.
So okay, now we start to get to the meat of it. The bar scene where Allison takes Corey to the bar.
Of course. And who do we
And-
see there, though?
We see the original Michael Myers, Nick Castle.
That was right immediately. I was like, Sandy. I was like that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio pointing to the TV. I was
Yes,
the same way. I was
yes.
like, yes, it's Nick Castle.
Yeah, I had to tell Mary who it was too.
That was sweet.
Now, this was something I also heard. Did you think so? Lindsay is now a bartender in this
Right.
in this bar, and also really good friends with Laurie,
Yes. Yeah.
which
yeah,
makes sense because they both survived Michael.
Yep. Yep.
People think that Lindsay was wasted in this movie, but I think it was fine.
Yeah,
I think she doesn't have to always have a big moment with Michael or something like that, you know?
I agree. I think it was just nice to see that they were friends. I was totally fine with that.
Yeah.
She had survived the last one, yeah, and I think it's good that she kept in touch with Laurie. That made sense to me. So I don't think she needed to be there to finish the job or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amen.
I liked how they I liked how they did it. Yeah, I was fine with it.
But then we have so we're also introduced real quick. We're also introduced to Corey's creepy scarecrow mask.
That was awesome.
Oh, man. See?
Oh,
I loved it.
me too. I was like, that should just be the mask. Jeez, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
It's so scary.
But then, oh man, what a heartbreaking scene, man, because Corey
Yeah.
for the first time, he's out in public. He doesn't do this because of how people treat him. And he just forgets everything because he's just finally dancing with Allison to the Dead Kennedys. Which was a little crazy. Like, he on the floor, everything that was a little bit, it was a little nuts. But it showed how free he finally felt.
Right.
But then he runs into Jeremy's mom at the bar. Oh,
Well,
I was
again,
like, oh no.
It's the same thing with Laurie. She gets this blissful moment followed by
Yes.
a bummer, a real bummer situation.
Very good simile or
Yeah,
whatever.
thank you.
Yeah, very good.
Thanks, man.
This obviously leads to Corey remembering why he doesn't go out, and he gets mad at Allison and runs off. And then the bullies on the bridge.
Oh, man. Wait. I gotta go back one more
Yeah,
time.
please.
Sorry. Like I said, Nick Castle. One more thing. Did you hear what he said when he shows his outfit?
I didn't catch it when I saw the movie, but I read about it later.
Oh, okay.
so
I
remind
did.
me.
See anything you like?
Which
Which is a very famous line from the '78 movie.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I thought because he flashes them and his, it's his guts or whatever. It was cute. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, dumb, but I
Aw.
loved it.
No, I love it too. I forgot to write that down, so thank you.
Yeah.
Again, thank you, Andrew.
You're welcome, Scotty.
So the bully's on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice the missing girl billboard?
Oh, I can't remember. I feel like I did. Remind me, though.
Well, there's a billboard above that bridge, and obviously this is the bridge that Michael is living under. He's living in a sewer. He's hiding out, and this is the bridge. And there is, right over that bridge, there's a big billboard about a girl that's missing. And then later in the movie, there is a comment made about some people going missing. And then what the homeless guy ends up telling Corey, we find out that Michael has still been killing people.
Right.
But he takes them into this cave that he's in, this sewer, and he kills them there.
Yeah.
But they just go missing. So, so these bullies bully Corey again. They push him over the railing, which I don't think it was supposed to be, but it did remind me of the beginning of It Chapter 2.
Yep, totally. Well, yeah, and having someone in the sewers.
Oh, man, that's true.
You know?
But here's the cool part, man.
Mm-hmm.
This movie had so many cool shots. And when Corey is laying on the ground and Michael comes and pulls him away, did you notice at the very beginning of that shot, in the very right-hand side of the screen, for just a moment, you see Michael walking towards him?
No.
A lot of people miss that. I barely caught it the first time, and then I went back, and when I rewatched that scene, I made sure to watch that, and it's so creepy looking. But everybody go back. It's the first shot of Corey laying on the ground after he's pushed off the bridge, and the camera is zooming into him, and right at the beginning of the shot, you see in the like Michael on the right side of the frame walking towards him with the mask on.
What?
Such a cool
that's
shot.
Awesome. I did not catch that. I will watch that right after this because I want to see that.
So
that's
then
awesome. I did not
Corey,
catch that.
Yeah, it's so cool, man. Corey is in the sewer with Michael, and this is the beginning of the rest of the movie.
Right.
And this is the part where I thought, oh my God, Michael, like they just did all this introduction with this kid, and Michael's just going to kill him now. And this is going to be the return of Michael. And in retrospect, I'm glad that it wasn't.
Right. No,
But you
get it.
Wish this was the beginning of the Michael movie.
Yeah, I mean, or like I said, I was fine though with him being the next Michael, so I would have been cool with that.
That's interesting. I wonder how many other people feel that way. I don't think a lot of people feel that way.
I don't either. I know. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as well, but because I mean, it's Halloween Ends, which could totally be Halloween, the Michael Myers, Laurie Strode story. Yeah. You know, and I'm fine. That would have been fine. Like we end it with those two. Now we get a new chapter or whatever, which I was fine with, but not how it played out.
Well, and it's interesting. People were mad that Michael didn't have a higher kill count in this movie. Mm-hmm. And other people brought up, well, Michael had the highest kill count ever in Halloween Kills, and you didn't like that one. Although I bring up that it's not anything that has to do with Michael that people didn't like about Halloween Kills. It was the over-the-top mob mentality stuff.
Right. Yep.
But we can get to that another time.
Yeah.
Because I actually do have a note about Halloween Kills that I want to bring up later.
Oh, okay. All right.
So remind me. But anyway.
Okay.
But Michael, as we've talked about, Michael grabs Corey by the neck in a very cool-looking shot, man.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Michael, like in the shadows, oof, that was so creepy. But then, so either Michael transferred his power, his evil, to Corey, or he saw a kindred spirit in Corey's eyes.
Right.
Which one do you like better now that you've heard the other one?
I still kind of like my initial thought of transferring it. Yeah, I like yours as well, but I just kind of like that. Because, I mean, I would rather Michael be not like mystical or whatever. I'd rather he just be a guy. But with the amount of times, like we said, I mean, he was shot, stabbed a lot. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to go with the mystical a little bit and have him have some powers, because that's a lot of damage you're taking and not being dead. So,
But then we also see, like, in a future scene, we see that Michael is not physically fit.
yeah, that's
you know?
true.
When
Corey
brings the cop down, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Corey beats him up and takes his mask.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe
That's true.
Michael was hurt more than we think. Like, Sandra survived a fluorescent bulb in the neck, so
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah.
No, that's, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
So either way, Michael lets Corey go. And
Right.
Corey is met by the homeless guy that lives outside of this cave that Michael hasn't bothered touching.
I know. Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, I don't.
That
Maybe
works
again,
for me.
Michael just sees somebody that's not worth his time. You know?
Right. Yeah.
But then the homeless guy wants to push Corey back in there. Why did Michael let you go? Why did he let you go?
Right.
And he wants to push Corey, and Corey. Oh, and the guy had picked up Corey's knife.
Right.
So, but Corey turns the knife around and stabs. He kills the homeless guy,
Yep.
basically. So, to me, that was the beginning of Corey's true evil.
Right. Absolutely.
Or maybe it was Michael's evil running through him.
Either way, that was his. The first domino fell.
Yeah, yeah. So then, okay, next major scene is Laurie writing in her book, and she looks out her window and sees Corey standing behind the bush,
Yeah.
just like Michael in the first movie.
I caught that one. That was fun.
I think everybody caught that one.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, why is he just standing there looking up at Laurie's window? But I guess he's waiting for Allison.
Yeah.
But then, so this was my other small thing with the movie, because then this is the moment that Laurie comes outside and then Corey surprises her from behind. Oops. And Laurie is looking, and Corey, oh, that rhymes, man. Laurie and Corey.
I know. I just heard that too.
That's difficult. Laurie is looking in his eyes, and supposedly, as she says later, she saw the same look that she saw in Michael's eyes.
Right.
I wish we, as the audience, had seen that look a little bit more than we saw it in that moment. Because in that moment, when I rewatched that scene, I was like, I don't really see anything in his eyes.
Right. Yeah.
Except for when he's standing behind the bush looking up at the window. But obviously that would remind Laurie of Michael.
Right. Of course. No, I
yeah.
get that. I would agree. Yeah. Just something. But yeah, I don't remember. I'm with you. It wasn't until later when she brought it up where I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And I like the idea that she saw the evil in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wish we had seen it. And we could have, because there's the scene where Jeremy's dad is talking to Laurie, and he says that he never really hated Corey.
Right.
Or he's talking like he never really did. He knew it was a bad situation. But then when
Right.
he saw Corey the day before, he saw it was not him.
Right. Yeah. He said the same thing. I saw it in his eyes.
Yeah. And in that scene where we see the flashback of the father looking at Corey, we could see it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely different. Yep.
So, so Laurie sees that, and then Corey meets with Allison, and I thought this was a cool moment because he says that I killed someone.
Oh, I know. Yep.
And I was like, holy crap, he just confessed. But then Allison thinks he's talking about Jeremy,
Right.
which is further complicated by Corey taking Allison to Jeremy's old house, which is abandoned.
Right. With the little blood stain.
Oh, man. But yeah, I do like the fact that Corey, in his own way, told Allison what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. And
Yeah.
but still got away with her not knowing exactly what he meant.
Right. Yeah.
And then Laurie visits Corey's mom.
Mm-hmm.
There's that scene when
Laurie, that's right.
Laurie sees what kind of mom she is, but also she finds out that Corey was out all night.
Right.
The night that Allison came home angry.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is all interesting. I think there could have been a little bit more to it, but it was still interesting to me.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really matter to me, I guess.
Okay.
It's like, okay.
But then, so then we have the cafe scene where Allison's ex, the cop, picks on Corey, but Corey stands up to him.
Yeah.
And I want to know who all the other guys that he was hanging out with at the table were, because I feel like they were like maybe stunt people.
Oh, probably. That'd be awesome.
Like, hey, we're going to give you a little shot, because none of them look like they could act, even as like extras. But then, yeah, after Corey comes to Allison's house and drops her off, and then the officer is following him, and Corey leads him into the sewer cave.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, did you like this scene?
I did like that scene. Yeah.
What did you think about Michael like standing up and shaking after he plunges the knife into the officer for the first time?
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool at first, but now that I think about it, because I was like, oh, this is like one of his first kills, but then it's not, like in 4 years. But he's been doing this a lot, so I almost saw it at first of like, oh, he's back. Like, oh, this
let's
feels
not
good.
say a lot, though.
Right, that's true.
There's been
that's
a few
true.
missing people over the course of 4 years.
Right.
So I feel like Michael doesn't kill a lot, but if somebody ends up somewhere around that cave, because I don't think he comes out too far either.
Right.
Because I do think he's hurt. I don't think he's very mobile.
Right.
So I think it's been like a few people over the last 4 years.
Okay, then yeah, I like it. Because I do feel like that's like his purpose. You know what I mean? Like, is to kill or to hurt or whatever, and it feels good. And so I kind of enjoyed that it's like a rush. I don't know if it was supposed to be him, like, I don't know how it was supposed to be taken, but that's kind of how I took it.
I think it's interpretive.
Okay.
But it also goes along with what Laurie was saying at the end of Halloween Kills, where she was saying the more he kills, the stronger he gets.
Yep.
And so that moment just brought me back to her line.
Right.
Like, immediately.
Yep.
But this was interesting because he slices Officer Mulaney's throat.
Right.
Then he stabs him a whole bunch of times. Right?
Yeah.
And then Corey, the officer, is on top of Corey this entire time.
Yeah.
And then Corey leaves and goes to Allison's and has like not a drop of blood on him.
Right.
I was like, okay.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Maybe his motorcycle was so fast it blew off all the blood.
Maybe. Out of his shirt.
Yep.
And everything. Oh, that motorcycle.
I know. I will say, too, like, when I get that he has a motorcycle, that all made sense because of the dad or whatever.
Yeah.
At the shop. But when he puts on the leather jacket, I was like, stop. Like, it wasn't like a leather jacket to protect him on a motorcycle, which many people do. It was more like, I'm a bad guy now. And I was like, you don't need to wear that.
And remind me of this, though.
Okay.
Did Corey go straight to Allison's house after he killed Officer Mulaney? Or did that cut to the shot with him on the motorcycle with Allison on the back?
Oh, man.
When was that shot? Because that was such a cheesy shot.
Oh, totally. It was ridiculous. I thought that was a little later, but I might be wrong.
Okay, it might have been later. I'm okay with it, though. It's cheesy, but I'm okay with a little cheese.
Right, yeah.
But I did love when he's at Allison's house. I I love that he asks her, did Michael Myers let you live or did you escape?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's
creepy.
I think he still wants Allison, but he finds out in that moment that that they're different. They're a little bit different, you know. And that's another reason I think that there wasn't really a transference of evil, that Michael let him go, because he's asking her if Michael let her live. Because Michael let him live. So I don't know.
Interesting.
But then we see Michael seemingly looking at Laurie outside as she's looking up at the window. But he's not. He's just following Corey, and then he goes back. He just wanted to make sure Corey got home safe.
Yeah. Good guy Michael.
Good guy Michael. All right, so then we get to... Oh, okay. No, I think the motorcycle scene was after Corey and Michael killed Dr. Mathis and Deb.
Oh, yep. I think you're right. That's right. Yep.
Okay, so how'd you like that scene?
I thought that was fun.
That was awesome.
I know. And I love, too, that he had the scarecrow mask on.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, there we go.
See, I like the whole progression of this movie, man. I like that he started with that scarecrow mask and then he just took the Michael mask from Michael.
Right. He worked his way up.
Yeah, I liked it. And I liked him and Mike. Oh, my God. Okay, so Deb and Dr. Mathis get there. Deb goes into the bedroom and then the bathroom, and she hears something. So she goes outside and she's looking in one direction. Did you notice in the darkness the shape of, like, you could see the movement?
Oh, I did not.
Oh, it's such a creepy shot because she's standing there looking at the lit up couch area.
Yeah.
But if you look in the background, you just barely see the shadow moving up and down, and it's Corey stabbing Dr. Mathis. And it's such a creepy thing because I was like, oh my God, what's happening right there?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so she turns on the light. He's stabbing Dr. Mathis in the neck after putting a plastic bag around his throat. Yeah. And then she goes inside. She crushes Corey's hand in the door, whatever.
Right.
But then Michael kills her.
Yeah.
And he pins her against the wall. And, of course, he does the head tilt thing from the first movie.
Yeah. Well, and I told, as we're watching that scene, too, I turned to Cindy, and I was like, I bet we see her feet dangling.
Oh, yeah.
And sure enough, we do. I was like, that's a nice shout-out to 78.
It was a little gratuitous.
It was.
I was like, come on, he's going to do the head tilt. And he did the head tilt. Yeah. There it is.
It was all there.
Like, guys, he already did this before in one of the other movies. Come on.
I'll take it.
I'll take it, too. I'll take it, but come on. And then we have the radio station. Yeah, because then he's on the motorcycle with Allison, and they go to the radio station, and he shows her where he sits on the roof. And then we meet...
and broods.
And broods. What's the DJ's name again? Because we meet the DJ.
Shoot.
I have it written down. I'm trying to find it. But Willie the Kid.
Yes, of course it is, yes.
So Willie the Kid is a butthole to both of them. And so there we go. Now Corey wants to kill him too.
Yeah. His death.
Oh. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
When Corey jumps down off of the sign and then he sits up like Michael. I was just like, come on, guys. Come on. And then after Corey beats up Michael and takes his mask, Michael does the same thing.
Yes.
I was like, man, you got to call back to that twice.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'll take it.
I totally got to bring up one thing that's not about this movie at all.
Oh, okay.
But because it makes me laugh. There's a little video right now online. Maybe you've seen it. I think our friend Edward posted it too. But it's this kid, dressed as Michael Myers. He's got to be like 6. He's jumping on this hay at this thing and totally biffs it and lands on his back and then sits up just like Michael does. And it's one of the best things I've ever seen.
I have not seen that. Now I have to see it.
I will send it to you. It's amazing. Sorry, but I had to bring it up.
No, it's okay. My favorite meme so far is the one that's like looks like a Lifetime movie poster and it's like the Corey Cunningham story. how one man stood up to bullies and won. It's like, oh my god. And it's just like a picture of Corey like looking up at the sky with this smile on his face. It's so perfect. But anyway,
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
so then Corey tells Allison they got to run away together. 9:00 p.m. They're going to run away. And he goes home. Mom slaps him, and his dad says, "I hope you find love."
Right, yes.
Still maybe my favorite line in the movie. So yeah, Corey takes Michael's mask. We've already talked about that. Now, Corey's murder spree.
Yes.
First, he goes to the junkyard, and we see his dad. I'm just going to call him his dad because I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
His dad in the office of the junkyard with the most amazing cat poster on the wall behind him.
I remember that, yes.
We actually had to rewind that a couple times just to look at that beautiful cat poster. It's amazing.
Aww.
But then, okay, so the kids, the seniors, because did Corey lead them there? Yeah, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does something. What does he do? Because he's on his motorcycle and looks at them.
Oh, yeah. No, he writes,
But
he scratches something into the kid's car.
That's right. Yep, that's right. That's
Psycho
right.
or something.
Yep.
So they meet him at the auto shop, and he proceeds to kill them all. But before, he gets in the tow truck. And did you notice the homage to Christine?
No.
Yeah, the girl sitting there, and all of a sudden the headlights hit her, and she turns around and sees the headlights, and it's like the close-up of the headlights. And I was like, oh, that is such an homage to Christine.
That's awesome. Of course it would. That's awesome.
So, first, okay, so I got the name of all these kids. Go
I'll
ahead.
say, too, during this part, I was like, okay, here we go. Now we're going to see that metal crusher thing. We're back at the...
Oh, you thought this was it.
That's what I thought, because I was like, someone's falling in or, being pushed in or whatever, but I was wrong.
1 second. Ziggy, Bowie, you guys stop it. Ziggy, be good. Horror cat. All right. Yeah, so first of all, Billy is stabbed in the eye.
Oh,
Billy was the one with the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Corey, Margot is trying to climb over the fence, and Corey drives through the fence and traps her under it. Kind of rolls over her, but she's
and
still
leaves
alive.
the truck there.
Yeah.
She's stuck.
And eventually, she is head stomped by Corey.
Oh, yes. So bad.
Man, he crushes her head with his foot. Stacy, unfortunately, is bludgeoned with a wrench off camera. We don't get to see it.
Right.
Terry is the main bully.
Right. Yep.
The little a-hole who
Yeah.
shoots Ronald, Corey's dad.
Yeah.
And then in a shot that we kind of see, Corey kills Terry with a blowtorch to the face.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That was a little gruesome.
Yeah, that was dark. And the girl under the fence is watching
Yes.
because she's not dead yet. She's like sitting there mortified.
Corey's mom, Joan, is then killed off camera. He shows up to his house, and we don't get to see that one, but you wanted to.
Yeah, well, I didn't like her.
I get it.
Yeah, sometimes I want to see bad people get it. Sorry.
Oh, she wasn't bad. She was just weird.
I know, she was just a...
Oh. Anyway. Now, that kid in the beginning, he deserved it. No.
Yes.
So then Willie goes to the DJ station, and who do we get a cameo of?
Oh, Darcy.
Darcy,
Our
the
friend
male
Darcy,
girl.
the male girl.
Yay.
I know.
And she has said on Twitter that they actually filmed her death, but it wasn't in this movie, but it will be in the Blu-ray.
Yeah, I saw that. So I'm hoping we do get an extended cut of this one, too.
Oh, me
like
too.
Like they did with Kills.
Because I can't get enough of this movie. I could watch it again right now, buddy.
Do it.
This. I don't know if I've told you, but I love this movie.
You did?
Yeah. You know
Oh.
what else I love? Titan. Love that movie. So how did Corey kill Willie the kid, the DJ? buddy. I know you
God.
love this.
So he like smashes his head down, right? Doesn't he do that first and like breaks his jaw off of his face, kind of like it's dangling,
Yeah.
and then takes scissors to cut off his tongue.
And then?
And then what? How does he kill him? That's all I remember.
No, he's dead. But then his tongue is like skipping over the record.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The needle keeps like pulling the tongue up.
Doing like the scratch.
And I gotta say, like, that was creepy because then it shows Allison in her car and she hears the song skipping.
Oh, yes.
And obviously to her it's just skipping, but we know that it's because it's skipping over the DJ's tongue.
It's amazing.
I love that. Love that.
Oh, yeah, that was dark. I was like, good golly.
So I wrote down this was the part, like, it shows that Corey's evil is different than Michael's.
Okay. You're right, because of the
And
revenge.
yeah. I don't think Corey's evil is ingrained as Michael's is. Like, Michael is just pure evil.
Right.
Pure evil.
I shot him 6 times. Sorry.
How many times?
6 times.
Loomis?
I shot him 6 times. Like 8 times that he says that.
So Corey is killing people for revenge,
Right.
basically. So then we get to the final act of the movie.
There. Oh, yeah.
What was your reaction to Laurie's fake suicide scene?
I liked it. I thought again, it's Laurie. Like, she's smart. You know what I mean? And so, even though, like I said earlier, like, yeah, she's done with all this. It's been a long 40 years. I was like, she's not going to go out like that. Like, she's too ingrained to, like, at least end it with a fight. You know? So I knew that she wasn't going to. And I liked that she tricked him to think that she was. So I was on board with it. I liked it.
I loved it too, but I'll be honest, I didn't think she was going to because I knew something more had to happen.
Right.
But I bought it. I bought for a second that she almost felt like she failed Allison. Mm-hmm. And Allison was going to run away with Corey. And I thought maybe she was actually thinking of ending it.
Fair.
And then there's like the shot of her with the stairs behind her, and you see a shadow on the stairs.
Yes.
Which I thought was cool.
Yep.
And then, man, when she shoots the pumpkin, it gave me the same thrill that I got in 2018 when Judy Greer, what was her daughter's name? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't have notes for that movie.
Right.
But when she acts like she's scared and then she's like,
Yes.
she pulls out the gun and shoots Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Did you really think I'd kill myself?
Right.
And then she shoots Corey, who is not supernatural, but still falls off the stairs, which, very nicely, just like Jeremy,
Yep.
even though it wasn't really Corey's fault, it was a little bit of karma.
Right. Oh, totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that too. I caught that. I was like, that's fun.
But then we had this, oh man, so frustratingly cool to me, where Laurie, I think she knew Allison was coming back. I don't know. She was definitely trying to get Corey to do something to her, so that Allison would see who Corey actually was.
Right. Yep.
But then Corey, in a moment of brilliance, in frustrating brilliance, hears Allison's car and stabs himself in the freaking neck to pin it all on Laurie.
I know, that was very smart.
Oh my God. And I was so frustrated. I was like, no,
Right.
come on. But jumping ahead, I am so happy that Allison wasn't fooled for long.
Right. No,
You
and
know?
and I appreciated that too, because again, Allison is smart too. You know. I was I'm with you. I'm glad she didn't sit there and dwell on it. It was more like, wait, no, that's not right. You know.
Yeah. And she sees
Smarter
the
than that, so it was
the
nice.
radio station burning.
Yep.
And Frank calls and says, Laurie got a call. Laurie called us about a suicide. And at that moment, she realizes what happened.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So, okay, so this is what I love about this movie, my friend.
Lay it on me.
Throughout this, like this brilliant, what to me was just an amazing story of how evil can be transferred to somebody else, or how somebody else can be evil too, not just Michael.
Right.
In the same town, and how the town, all this Trump, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But then, see, I loved the idea that at the end, Corey's time was done, and we still got the big showdown that we wanted to see.
Me too. That was what I was waiting for. Like, because it's Halloween Ends, I'm like, it's got to end. Something's got to happen. We need to see some closure, which we got, which I was very, very happy about.
Such a great fight. I loved the fight between Laurie and Michael.
Me too. That was awesome.
I have so many little notes.
Please tell me.
No, what were you about to say, though?
Well, no, I liked how she did it too. I mean, yeah, she fought him, but she trapped him, and then kept trapping him, and and then essentially bleeds him out. I was like, dang, this is exactly what you need to do. You know, like it was.
I almost felt bad for Michael.
Yeah,
almost.
Almost, yeah.
But first of all, let's mention that Laurie, they put her in a very similar outfit to the one she was wearing in Halloween 78.
Yep.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Yep.
The garbage disposal scene. Oh my God.
I was nervous, man, because I'm like, this is the end, so anything can happen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that scared me.
I think Laurie's going to win, but they could really mess her up.
Yeah. Yep. She might not look the same by the end of this fight.
And I got to say that I was watching this with Mary, and Mary was squealing, screaming throughout this whole fight. Like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know, like, I was just like part of me was like, oh, keep it down. But then another part of me was like, this is amazing. Like, I love that she's so into it.
Yes. Totally get that.
Then, of course, we have the knitting needle, the return of the knitting needle.
Yes, of course we do. I know. That was actually, I liked that. I was like, that's a nice homage.
I kind of heard about it. Before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, somebody, they mentioned it. I think it was in one of the trailers that Michael turns the knitting needle back on Laurie.
Mm.
But that was also painful.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God.
So I didn't really, I thought it was interesting because she stabs Michael's hands and pins them to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary made the comment of crucifixion.
Oh.
That she crucified Michael in a way.
Yeah, I suppose.
I thought that was an interesting, but he wasn't in the crucifixion pose.
Right.
Yeah, so that happened.
Yeah.
She pins him. She knives him to the table.
Right.
She pulls the fridge down. Yeah. She pulls the fridge down onto him.
Yeah.
But then she goes through the knife drawer and she pulls out the big knife, and you see Michael's reflection in it for a second.
Yes.
Possible homage to some of the movie posters.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Stabs him in the armpit.
Oh, God. That hurts so bad.
And then she has an amazing little bit of dialogue where she talks about, I have run from you. I have blah, blah, blah. She says a lot of stuff. And then she says what we mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. I thought you were the boogeyman, but you're just a man. And then she slices his throat.
Yes.
But then Michael gets one of his hands free by just letting the knife tear through his hand and chokes Laurie.
Yep.
Laurie's about to let it happen and just die. But then Allison comes home.
Yeah.
Allison stops that from happening, says, I'm not going to let this happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then right before, oh, my goodness. Oh, wait. No, it's while he's choking her.
Mm-hmm.
We get that awesome flashback sequence. Do you remember that?
No.
There's a quick moment where the music comes up. And then we just see a lot of quick flashes from all the whole All 4 movies except
yes.
for
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, all 4 movies I think.
Right.
And then Allison runs in and says, "I'm not going to let this happen to you," because that's the moment where the audience is like, "Are they going to let Laurie die?"
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then after the flashback sequence, what to me was maybe one of the most gruesome moments in the movie is the slow slash of Michael's wrist.
Man. Yes. That was dark.
Yeah.
that was really dark.
Like, yeah, her and Allison are just standing there, and she just slowly does it. I was just like, wow. That's the moment where, like I said, I almost felt bad for Michael.
Right.
Almost. But then we have the town procession where the entire town joins her, and I love this.
That was one of my favorite parts, man, of any Halloween movie. I was like, this is awesome.
But here's the thing, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, I had heard that people were hating this movie.
Right.
I didn't know why. I scrolled past.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the moment that I'm expecting something really stupid to happen, because at this moment I'm like, man, I'm loving this movie. This movie is so freaking good.
Right.
Why? I don't know why people hate it. Is something about to happen? And then Laurie is standing on the edge of the crusher, and then like I'm thinking that Michael's going to grab her and pull her in.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I'm glad he didn't.
yeah, I'm glad he didn't. So that was good. And then the movie ended well as well.
Right. Yeah. It was a happy ending.
I don't know if that's a thing. Well as well.
I think it works. Wait, I got to go back though for 1 second.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so right before they strap Michael to the car to bring him through town, which is beautiful, and everyone is gathered, which is so awesome. I love that one of the cops is like, "This isn't how we do it," and Sheriff Barker shows up, and he's like, "Tonight it is." Like, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
yes. He gets it. He's been here though, like for the last few movies. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
So I like that part. I was like, yeah, this is how you do it. This is like evil gonna die. So that was pretty awesome.
And then yeah, after the crusher, we have the nice scene with Laurie and Frank. But then the movie ends with some flashes of Laurie's house. And if you remember, that's exactly how Halloween 78 ended.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And yeah, so sorry, hang on, gathering my thoughts.
You're good.
Yeah, so that's how the movie ended.
Mm-hmm.
And then Don't Fear the Reaper starts playing.
Yes, yeah.
One last play of Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
And that's the movie.
Yeah, I know. It was a nice. I really like one of our I can't remember who it was. Someone on Twitter though put like a survey of, will Laurie live or will Laurie die? This is before the movie comes out. And I put die. I really thought, I was like, I know that Jamie Lee Curtis has said this is it, like I'm done. So I kind of had this thought of, okay, she's not gonna make it. So I was actually really happy that she did, and that she was gonna have a good ending. I mean, it was nice to see her finally have some peace. So yeah. I was pleasantly surprised with how that ended.
And I got to say, Mary loved this movie.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
I was blown away. Both of us were sitting there, and I was like, well, what did you think? And she's like, I love that movie.
Nice. Okay.
And here's the thing. Mary is not as connected to the original Halloween. In fact, I don't think she saw it until later, and she actually thinks that it's a little cheesy.
Okay.
So
it's older. I mean, it's a little older.
It is older.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the movie, man.
That's the movie. I know, boy. Yeah, this is Like I mentioned at the beginning, I mean, a very controversial movie to fans of the franchise, but
Yeah.
but again, everyone out there that's either hates it or loves it and is arguing. Do you see what Scotty and I just did? We had a conversation.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of it. He was. And we're still best friends.
And I have now convinced Andrew that it's his favorite movie of the year.
It is. Yep. I will never watch another movie again. Only Halloween Ends.
The other thing I'd like to bring up, and this, I'm going to go back to Halloween Kills for a second.
Oh,
before
please, okay.
Before we do our 3 questions.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes.
Because it's something I didn't even think of until recently.
Okay.
So a lot of big to-do was made about how, like, the other escaped mental patient
Right. Yes. Yeah.
doesn't even look like Michael Myers. How could they confuse him for Michael Myers?
Right.
But the thing that really hit me, and I
Mm-hmm.
want everybody out there that's still listening to this episode to remember, is that most people that saw Michael Myers in person
Mm-hmm.
did not live to tell the tale. So all those
true.
people have no idea what Michael Myers looked like.
Yes
For-
and no, though.
Tell me.
So in Halloween Kills at the bar, they show that they go, hey, this bus crashed, and they show the people on the bus.
They
And
showed 2 guys.
They showed 2, and they show the guy, but they also showed Michael, and it's fuzzed out, though, for us.
Right. But
So
they don't know which one is Michael
Oh, okay.
because they've never seen him. Except like Tommy saw him when he was a little kid.
Right,
Like when
right.
he was 8 or 9
True.
or whatever.
Yeah. That's
Obviously, Laurie knows exactly what Michael looks like. And the moment she sees the guy, she's like, that's not Michael.
Right.
You know, and then her daughter catches on. And Tommy is the other one that, in the end, catches on.
Yeah.
But the rest of those people have no idea what Michael looks like.
True.
He could have
Alright.
been this squat little guy. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So it's just something I want to point out, and you know, if that opens somebody's eyes, great. If not, if they still think it's stupid, that's fine too.
Right. Hey, you tried.
I
All you can
tried,
do.
man. I tried. You know, long live Corey. Ready for 3 questions?
Let's do it.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Okay. Question number 1,
Yeah.
because this is your movie.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think was the best kill or death in Halloween Ends?
There was a lot of fun ones, but I mean, I feel like it was a nice closure to see Michael die. So I said Michael. His whole everything, though. I mean, from Laurie trapping him to being thrown into the thing.
Yeah,
That was my favorite. It was just nice to see some closure with Michael.
absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
what if I said, if you had to exclude Michael?
The DJ.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Oh, man, that was
I
so
think-
dark.
I think I'd go with Jeremy in the beginning.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was just
Oh,
so
wait.
shocking.
I would do that, too. I totally
Okay.
forgot about Jeremy. Yes, absolutely, I would do that, too. Sorry.
And again, why we don't say our favorite kill.
Right.
Because he's not my favorite, but man, that was effective.
Yes, I take back the DJ. The DJ one was great just because it was so gruesome, but no, definitely Jeremy. Yes.
Question number 2, did you think Halloween Ends was scary?
I didn't. No. I thought it was... I mean, I don't know. Slashers have never super scared me anyway, and this... Yeah, so no. I didn't think it was scary. What about you?
I don't know. Like, to me, no. But
Mhm.
I think it could be scary in parts to some people. There's some creepy ass moments.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yep.
And I'm actually, this is an interesting question for you. You know my answer, but Andrew, did you have fun with horror?
I'm going to say 50-50.
50-50.
Because there was, like I said, and I do want to rewatch this again. And actually, I will say this conversation did help
Oh,
my appreciation for it.
okay.
And I will watch it again. I will.
Okay.
And I will think about what we've talked about. But I would say, still at this point, I'm just like, I mean, I get the movie. There was some really cool moments. The Corey part, I'm just like, I don't know if it was necessary. So that's kind of my 50 of like, But then just seeing the Michael stuff finally come to an end, seeing a happy ending for Laurie. Like, it was just, yeah, I liked that. So 50-50, man. I'm on the fence on this one. It's tough.
Well, you know my thoughts, but here's what I haven't said.
Yes.
And this is the mind-blowing part.
Oh, okay.
This may be, of every single Halloween movie, this may be my second favorite.
Whoa.
Behind the first one.
Right. Yeah, nothing. I'm with you. Nothing beats the first one. It's just so iconic. But, man.
Second favorite. It may be tied with Halloween 2018 because I also think that's a brilliant movie.
That one, I loved 2018. I will say I really... Because after watching this one and how just kind of... I felt... Right after I watched, I was really not mad, but disappointed. I was like, man, that was like an hour and 20 minutes besides kind of the intro and the end where I was like, what's the point of this? I was like, I almost would rather watch Resurrection.
Oh, see, that's...
Like,
and that's the interesting thing that this it's like the Star Wars sequel effect. Like,
yeah.
Once the sequels came out and people started hating those, suddenly the prequels were amazing.
Right, yeah.
And now it's kind of the same thing. All of a sudden people are saying, I actually liked Resurrection. And, oh, man, I wish this had been as good as Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. And it's like,
Well,
what?
hold on now.
Come on. Come on.
Easy.
Hey, settle down.
Come on. We're all trying to
But-
have a good time.
Yeah. Here's what I hope for you, buddy.
Lay it on me.
I hope that you find happiness.
Thanks, Dad.
I hope you find love.
Find love.
No, I hope that at some point you rewatch the entire trilogy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
watch this
Yep.
as a good, or as a part 3.
Right.
And then I want to know what you think. No rush, but I
Right.
want to know if your opinion is still the same or if it changes at all.
Fair enough. I would actually maybe even watch the first one, do a quadrilogy, just
There
because
you go.
it's fun.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw 4 movies at you, but you know.
You know me, though.
And also, like, yeah, I think I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else, but that's about it.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, I honestly do think that this movie, years down, will be looked back on more fondly than it is right now.
Oh, I agree. I think I absolutely agree with that.
I think
that
people
happens
are,
a lot.
I think people are mad. So we'll see, though. We'll see.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, it was fun.
And with that, this podcast ends. No.
Right. That's it. It's over.
All right. Let's find out what our next movie is.
I've run from you. I have chased you. I have tried to contain you. I have tried to forgive you. I thought maybe you were the boogeyman. No. You're just a man who's about to stop breathing.
Scotty, my main man, that was, before we jump into the next movie, that was really fun. This was one that I have been, just hearing how controversial it is, this was really fun to talk about. So thank you. But, as we just talked about before we hit record, the next episode is our Halloween episode, and you, being the genius that you are, said let's post it on Monday instead of Tuesday, because Monday is Halloween.
Yes.
That's brilliant. So, with that being said, this is literally our Halloween episode. So I am very curious and excited to find out what we're watching this week. What is it?
Well, buddy, here's the crazy thing. A lot of new movies are hitting home video next week. I could pick any of those movies, but I know you're a busy man. You have a baby. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you like a short week to watch a movie. I'm going back in time, and if people remember last year, kind of the movie that we did, and we released the episode 2 days. It wasn't our Halloween episode because we released it 2 days after Halloween, but
Right.
it was the episode that aired around Halloween. I did Hellfest, which was about haunts and a carnival and stuff like that, kind of. So I am going to take us back this year for Halloween.
Okay.
To 1981.
Oh.
To a movie that the beautiful director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Poltergeist and Salem's Lot directed. That's right, Tobe Hooper.
Who you've met.
No, I haven't met Tobe Hooper.
Oh,
that's,
no, you
that's
haven't
Tom.
met Tobe Hooper.
That was
Sorry,
Tom.
I'm
Tom
totally
Holland.
thinking Tom Holland for some reason. Nope. Hello. Hi.
But good one. Good
Thank
try.
you. Gotcha.
No, it's The Funhouse.
I have never heard of this movie.
You've never heard of it?
No. The
Oh,
Funhouse?
wow. They covered it in Search of Darkness. It is about 4 teenagers that visit a local carnival, and they soon
Sweet.
discover that there's nothing innocent or amusing about this amusement park.
If that's not the tagline, it needs to be. Good gravy. That was awesome.
But yeah, well, it was close. They soon
Oh,
discover
okay.
it's for a night of innocent amusement. They soon discover, however, that there is nothing innocent or amusing there at all. I made it better.
You did make it better. Screw their version.
But yeah, I've never seen this. It's a semi-horror classic.
Interesting.
I've heard good things. You know, it's 1981, so it might be a little dated, but it is Tobe Hooper.
Right.
So
Interesting. Okay, I'm excited, dude.
yeah, I mean, we'll wait. I would love to keep doing more recent movies, but you know, yeah, this is going to be interesting. And I just got this on 4K Blu-ray, so
Oh, beautiful. All right.
I actually mentioned this to you a few months ago. I said
What?
there's a movie coming out on 4K Blu-ray that I'm going to get, but I'm going to save it
right.
for October.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
This is it.
Oh, all right. So wait, the Funhouse. Is that what you said?
The Funhouse, yeah.
The Funhouse. Okay.
Oh yeah, let me look up where it's available if it is.
Interesting. The Funhouse.
The Funhouse.
I can't believe I've never heard of this, man. Actually, I can. That doesn't
You know what?
surprise me.
I think when you see the poster, it might seem familiar to you.
I'm gonna look up as well.
But here you go.
I have seen that poster.
Okay, good. So beautifully enough, everybody that got Peacock to watch Halloween Ends can now watch the Funhouse on Peacock.
Nice. That's awesome.
It is also on the Criterion Channel app. So
Oh,
if you
cool.
have that, you can watch it there too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Wow, the Funhouse. I have seen that poster. Ooh, that's awesome. Ooh, this could be good. You know how I like clowns.
Yes, and you know how I like clowns.
Exactly.
So this is going to be fun. Yeah.
Oh,
Happy
that's awesome.
Halloween, everybody.
Oh, happy Halloween, everyone.
And I hope for everybody that did not like Halloween Ends that this movie is a classic and a bit of redemption. But and also, man, this is a long episode. So everybody out there that's still listening, thank you so much for sticking with us. Like
Yes, thank you.
I kind of knew that I just wanted to go through the entire movie of Halloween Ends
Yes,
and dissect it.
Yeah. This was quite the buzz right now. I did too. So I'm excited and I'm glad that we did. This was fun.
Yeah. So, buddy,
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
This was absolutely fun. Yeah. I've never been more anxious to talk about a movie.
I agree. This was a fun one.
I think last weekend when I watched it, I almost texted you and said, "Hey, any morning that you want, if you have a free morning and you want to talk about this movie, I'm ready to do it now."
Nice.
Like I wanted to record that night,
Oh man.
but I'm glad we didn't because it gave me a chance to like sit with the movie,
Right.
argue with people on the internet, and write down copious notes.
Yes.
So
Thank you. No, this worked out beautifully. This was perfect.
awesome. All right, buddy.
All
Hey.
right, man.
You have a wonderful week.
You too, and I will see or talk with you on Halloween, man.
Yes. Enjoy your final week of Halloween, October.
Woohoo! You too.
All right. I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
Love you, everybody.
Love you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
New beginnings lay ahead. Fear moves through all of us, and we decide when to surrender. I've said goodbye to my boogeyman, but the truth is evil doesn't die. It changes shape.